when we talk about stagflation, so stagflation is basically high inflation, or you can say high level of inflation. Okay, high level of inflation. So ultimately we are talking about runaway and hyperinflation. Okay, high level of inflation plus you can say unemployment or increase in unemployment. So this situation is called as stagflation. So we have talked about in impact of inflation, that whenever moderate level of inflation is there, so at that time no new employment generation will be there, so new employment generation will not be there. But whenever it is high level of inflation, it means no new employment will be there, plus those who are already working, they will also fired. Okay, so this is called, you can say, unemployment. So you can say increase in unemployment. So this situation is called as stagflation. Okay, this situation is called as, so stagflation is a situation, okay, and where you can say economy is witnessing high level of inflation plus unemployment, and the consequence of this further will be that reduction in growth rate, or you can say GDP, so you can say slowdown and recession. So we'll move towards first slowdown and then recession. Clear? So this is what stagflation. Clear? If your concepts are clear, then you will easily understand these things. Okay. Second term is shrinkflation. Now in shrinkflation, you can say this is another way of inflation. So in shrinkflation, prices remain same, means prices of the product remain same, that is essential product, but quantity and quality is reduced. Best example, Parle-G biscuit, or you can say any other biscuit packet, Good Day and all those things. So if you see Parle-G biscuit, earlier you were getting 10 biscuits for 10 rupees. Now you are getting 10 biscuits, or you can say you are getting 8 biscuits for 10 rupees. Okay, so this is what they have reduced the quantity, okay, as well as little bit quality. So ultimately this is called, you can say, shrinkflation. Similarly, you can take another example, Ruffle Lays. Earlier in 10 rupees you were getting, for example, some chips. Now in 10 rupees you get less chips. Maggie. Okay, so all these things are, you can say, shrinkflation. All these are part of, you can say, shrinkflation. Okay. Now some students remember the example of Maggie. Okay, Karan. So I hope in class, that is why I give you the examples. Okay, some although this crash course, although I am again trying to give you the examples, but in foundation, why I give you these, you can say, examples. Okay, so I give you multiple examples. Reason is simple, that you remember the things. Okay, so some funny examples, some serious examples. Okay, this is the logic of giving you examples. Clear? Clear? So like yesterday I gave you, like day before yesterday, I have given you an example in this way with respect to that, when we talk about capital expenditure, revenue expenditure. So I gave you that you have to become capital expenditure. Okay, so these are the one examples. So that is why student remember it. Okay, next, so this is called shrinkflation. Okay, now next, if you see, there is a concept of, you can say, skewflation. Now what is skewflation? What is skewflation? Now if you see skewflation, in skewflation you can say prices of some essential commodities, I am not saying all, some essential commodities are increasing, whereas on the other hand On the other hand, prices of some essential commodities, or you can say other essential commodities, either remain same or it decreases. This situation is called as skewflation. Okay, this situation is called as skewflation. Okay, this situation is called as skewflation. Clear? So this is called skewflation. Can you give me one live example? Anyone? Yes. Karan is saying, sir, एक बढ़ेगा एक घटेगा. Yes. कुछ आइटम्स के प्राइसेस बढ़ रहे हैं, कुछ के फॉल हो रहे हैं. Anyone? Please tell me. Okay. So best example I can give you, like if you see that the price of crude oil are increasing. Okay, so if you see the time period 2022, so in 2022 prices of crude oil are increasing, and you know whenever prices of crude oil are increasing, okay, whenever prices of crude oil are increasing, it is expected that the prices of all other commodity will also increase. Why? Because crude oil is needed for transportation by everyone. Okay, or you can say prices of fossil fuel are increasing in 2022. So fossil fuel are, you can say, basic unit, okay, which is needed for every sector. So whenever prices of fossil fuel or crude oil increase, so it is expected that other prices will also increase. Okay, so if you see in year 2022 prices of crude oil are increasing, but at the same time the prices of steel in India either remain same or it is decreasing. So I am giving you live example. Most of you, okay, most of you maybe you does not know about it, okay, or if you know about it you forget it, my foundation students. Okay, so ultimately prices of okay prices of yes, some are writing, okay, prices of steel are decreasing. Why? Because of vehicle scrappage policy. I am very happy that you remember these examples, okay, because anytime they ask the questions, okay, vehicle scrappage policy. Now when we have vehicle scrappage policy, so we are recycling the, you can say, steel material from that, and that is why supply of steel get increased. Okay, so when you know supply get increased, okay, so prices either remain same or decreased. Clear? So this is what you have to understood. Okay, so this is with respect to, you can say, skewflation. Now next term is disinflation. Okay, next term is disinflation. Now in disinflation we talk about rate of inflation. Okay, so you can say whenever rate of inflation is decreasing, that is called as disinflation. Now one question to you, I want to see who will answer it. Is disinflation good or bad for an economy? Is disinflation good or bad for an economy? Okay, so this question for you, is disinflation good or bad for an economy? सोच के जवाब देना सारे. Okay, very good, Karan. What about others? Okay. Is good or bad? Okay, so some like I think it's bad. See, economy never or economy kya generally concept never work on that. So you have to be logical. Okay. Yes, some students are writing. Very good. Okay. Now you can understand in this way. Now desired, like if I take the case of India, the desired inflation target or desired inflation that we are looking for is 4 plus minus 2%, or you can say in the range of 2 to 6%. Okay, now if we'll understand with two cases, if suppose this is the desired one, means which we required it. Okay, if suppose the inflation right now, if suppose the inflation right now is 7%, if suppose inflation right now is 7%, okay, so in that case monetary policy committee as well as government of India wants that it should reduce, means we want to reduce the rate of inflation, we want to decrease the rate of inflation, and we want to decrease rate of inflation to 4%. That means it is in this situation it is good. Okay, but if suppose if your inflation is 1% and it is further reducing, so in that case your rate of inflation, in that case if rate of inflation is further reducing, so in that case it is bad. Okay, why? Because here we want to increase the rate of inflation and we want to bring it to 4%. Okay, so this case, in this case this is bad or disinflation is bad. Okay, whereas in this case disinflation is good. Clear?